How's everybody doing? We are out here in the woods today, and I'm going to apologize for some of the noises up front with everything going on. And not sure how it is where you're at or in your neck of the woods, but here and for the couple states around where I'm at, we're kind of on a lockdown. So most of our state parks and campgrounds and a lot of the public hiking areas right now are off limits. So luckily, thank God, I have been blessed with enough property to get up and camp on a little bit. It is not a big enough property, however, to get away from all the noises and stuff going on around. So we've got a sawmill on the next mountain over, and if you spend any time in the woods, you know the sound's going to carry. So you're going to hear the sawmill going. You're going to hear people's tractors going as everybody's in the same position. We're all stuck at home, and everybody's doing what they can to take their mind off of what's going on in the world. So with that being said, let me take your mind off of what's going on in the world, hopefully, and we'll do a little camping. So I've got the dogs with me today. They are running around here somewhere. I'm sure they're not too very far off, and they're probably taking a nap wherever they are. So it's nice and warm, blue skies today, just very few clouds. We're supposed to get frost tonight, so it's going to be kind of cold, and I'm going to do something a little different. Anybody that knows me or seen me camp, I'm a hammock guy. I'm not a ground dweller. I don't really like laying on the ground. Got some back issues, and it's not comfortable for me. But we're going to get outside of our comfort zone, and we're going to ground camp today. We're going to do just a tarp setup, and first off, I'm going to set up a cloth on the ground there, and we'll go over what I brought with me, and then we'll get a camp set up. So hang on, I'm going to move you guys around. See this? First off, this is the backpack I take with me most of the times when I'm out doing any kind of bushcraft or just camping with the dogs. Unless I'm going to cover a lot of ground, then I'll carry a lightweight backpack. But when I bring the dogs, they can't cover that much ground. So this is awesome, perfect to use. This is LL Bean. It's one of the Continental. I think it's a Continental Explorer rucksack, but it is the wax canvas and leather. It's heavier than their synthetic version, but I like it. It's got pretty much enough room for pretty much everything I want to carry 3 seasons. When it gets into colder weather, that changes a little bit, and I got to kind of tie some things on, so starts getting a little smaller. This is only this is about a 30-liter pack, I think, so it really holds more than what you think, but it doesn't hold as a lot of what a lot of people are used to. So anyway, let's get into it here. As you can see, it's put on several miles here. I've got a ground cloth here. Let's start with let me put a ground cloth out here real quick. Let's close for a minute. Okay. Can't tell if I'm in the frame or not because the sun is right in my eyes, but let's start on top. This is nothing more than just a foam camp pad that is probably older than most of y'all. I've used this since I was probably 10 years old. So inside of that is the homemade bow saw, or not bow saw, buck saw. We got a camp pad, buck saw. Let's go to start with the outside pockets here first. In here, anything left? Usually carry a bandana. you're grabbing water out of the creek or something like that and you're going to boil it, it's always nice to kind of strain the bits out of it before you start drinking it. I always carry a couple bandanas around. On this side we have, this is nothing but food. We're having potatoes later. There's enough food in this side pouch for dinner this evening and breakfast tomorrow. So I'm not going to drag the food out right now. We'll get to that when we cook. In the front I carry my fire kit. It's pretty basic. There's a couple pieces of fat wood, a little bit of charcoal, some flint and steel, and that's just a backup. I've also got a fire kit, basically my ferro rod, and then I keep charcoal with me as well, just in case I need to use charcoal. Knife maintenance kit. It's a diamond stone with a piece of leather stropping on the back. It's already been loaded up with some compound. There is a diamond rod to deburr any rough edges on the knives or my camp axe. Strop with. And these things I pretty much take with me on every camp. The knife maintenance kit, the fire kit, they pretty well go all the time. That's something you should always have. Various cordage. There's just different pieces of cut off cordage in here from other projects. We have more cordage. Just for, you never know when you're going to need some rope. And this trip I have bank line because I've got a new tarp that I'm not familiar with that I'm going to set up, and it had some pretty thick ropes on it, and I'm probably going to be replacing those with bank line. So moving to this side behind the food, it's just a hatchet. It doesn't really matter what kind of hatchet you've got as long as you keep it sharp. This is a Cobalt, obviously. I believe it's from Lowe's. Does pretty good. Been pretty impressed with it. It's lightweight. It's only like 1.25 pounds, so I like it. It's got a short handle, so it sets down in my slide through pockets without dragging the ground when I put the pack down. So that's it for the front. And always have a first aid kit. Everybody's is going to be different. This one's got regular first aid, but I keep my compass in here, some spare O-rings for my Sawyer water filter when I have it with me. I don't have it this trip. If anybody's got a Sawyer, if you dropped your O-ring on the trail, you know it's a bad day. Fresnel lens, start fire with you can always start fire with the sun if you need to. Plus, if you're like me and you can't see really well, it helps to be able to use it as a magnifying glass. There's mirrors and safety pins and everything you would find in a normal first aid kit. We'll leave that off to the side. This is a new tarp that we're going to try out. This is a 10 by 10. The tarp that we're setting on is what I would normally use, and it's pretty good size for one person. I was looking for something just a little bit bigger to do some more configurations, and I like square tarps. This one here that we're using for ground cloth, yeah, I use it for hammock tarps, rain fly, whatever we're going to say, and it does really well. It's just a little bit short for you sleeping under as a regular tarp. It does great in a diamond configuration, and you could use it in a pinch. It actually packs down pretty small, as you saw. So, don't know anything about this other one yet. Kalinko hammocks. It's a 10 by 10. It's got tons of tie outs on it. It says it's 190 T polyester, 3 meter by 3 meter. So also says it's olive green, and it's not. It's brown. So raincoat and a puffy coat. Don't leave home without them. My cook kit. And let's see, we've got an extra air mattress that I will put on top of that. It's a Climate, and it's a fantastic mattress. Again, I don't like sleeping on the ground, but we're going to. So other than that, it's my sleeping bag and my bivvy, which we'll set those up later. And that's it. That's everything. Oh, no, it's not it. Sorry. This thing holds a ton of stuff for a small pack. Silky saw, frying pan or plate, and a Boundless Voyage titanium cooking grate for the fire. So it's like the pack that just keeps on giving. You'll notice most of my gear is titanium because it saves a ton of weight, and you can also get by with a small pack like this. This does have a kidney belt. I rarely use it. I've got to be carrying a lot of weight before I use it, and it just tucks away when you don't want it. So let's go talk about a cook kit here for a minute. You'll notice a theme here, that everything is going to be metal. That's just that's a spoon. And we've got a pot holder, pot grabber. When they're hot, you can pick them up off the fire. I don't have any handles on the side of my cookware. Start out with we'll start out. This is just the cozy that everything fits down into. Nothing in here but the cozy in the bag, and that cozy will fit both of these pots. So start off. We've got a titanium water bottle / cook pot. You guys have probably seen me use this before. It does have a seal on it, so you can use it to hold water, which I love dual purpose things, so it'll hold water. And down inside is nothing but just a little kitchen rag, and then the support that you slide the pot down into, and then you can suspend it over your fire. It'll fit this pot, and it'll also fit this pot, even though this one's got a bail on it. Sometimes you just want to hang it. So, and then I think this is 1 liter. I'm pretty certain. This is 750 liter pot. It's brand new. Can you tell? This one's seen a lot of use. So, and inside of that is if I can get it out of here without dumping everything out. Inside of here is it's a 450 liter pot. I like this one here, does have handles on it. I usually just leave it in the little cozy there. This is my coffee cup. Everything nests, so they all nest inside of each other, which I really like. Spork, that's a spoon. There are 3 lighters in here for whatever reason, and a little alcohol stove, which I don't have the alcohol with me, so it's kind of useless on this trip. But coffee cup. So it just lives in there. There's a little windscreen for the alcohol stove, so I just try to keep everything together so I don't lose it. But everything is titanium. But that's the theme. The theme is everything can have water boiled in it. Even my water bottle is it's stainless steel, and you can boil water in it. I've actually taken a piece of bank line before and wrapped around the lip of it here and made a little lanyard to hang it over a campfire. You can stick it right into campfire. If it's got water in it, won't hurt it. And you can boil water, because what's the best way to sterilize your water? The 100% foolproof way to kill bacteria is to boil it. Water filters are awesome. I own several. I use them a lot when I'm backpacking and I just don't have time to make a fire. But in a pinch, an emergency situation, you don't have to have the filter, or if your filter would fail you, you just boil your water. So we'll stick all this back in here. That's the cook kit, and that's a lot of stuff. That's a big cook kit for most people, but the fact that it's all titanium, it doesn't weigh anything, and it really takes up very little space. This is the same bag I used to use when I was carrying one of the Stanley cook pots, and it all fits in the same place. You don't have to have the pot grabber. It's just nice. If you've got a pair of always carry gloves with me when I'm out in the woods. Never know, if you're working with hatchets and saws, you don't want to cut your hands. So I've usually always got leather gloves, so you can pick stuff up out of the fire with leather gloves. It won't hurt anything. But everything just packs back up nice and neat, and there you have the cook kit. So that's pretty much it. With that right there, you can survive. Without a doubt. On me, I do carry just a regular multi-tool. This is a Gerber. It's an old one. I've had this for over 20 years. I don't know what brand, what model. And I carry a drop bag that I have made. So if I want to forage for kindling, well, this is on your belt. You just basically unsnap it, and you've got your large pouch that just is attached to your belt, and you can pick up. Works great for mushrooms, or like I say, kindling, fire starter material, berries, anything you want to kind of grab, and gives you a little bit of extra space, and doesn't take up any space. And these are really super simple to make. It's just a piece of flat leather with a hook clipped on the back and a snap in the front. But I like that it just folds right back up and takes up basically no room on your belt. You don't even know it's there most of the time, but when you need it, it's awesome. And I carry a flashlight on my multi-tool kit. So other than that, we've got a knife with a ferro rod, and I make my own knives. So they're high carbon steel, 1095 high carbon steel, and this one here was cut out of an old hickory butcher knife. So I do make some out of just regular metal stock as well. We might do one of those in another video if you guys are interested to see how I make knives. Just let me know in the comments. And anyway, with that said, let's get this tarp set up, and we'll see how it goes. It looked like all the ropes in it were as thick as this, and that's probably thicker than what they need to be. So I do like the fact that they're reflective though. So, and it actually came with its own stakes. So normally I would just make some stakes real quick or tie it out, but it came with them. They're pretty beefy. They are aluminum, so they don't weigh a lot, but those will probably not stay in this kit bag long term. Just extra space, extra weight. But look at that glob of ropes. That's massive. So this we can do something with. We can make that smaller. So because the tarp itself actually, could just stay in the bottom of your pack. I like to keep one towards the top in case it rains. I can set it up real quick. But anyway, let's get this set up. I'm just going to do a quick overhand knot, and Lark said this on there because I said these I don't think these ropes will be staying on there full time. but try it out. It'll be fine. Okay, I added a tie from the middle there just up to this tree, and that is a big tarp. If we can reset this back. That's a it's a respectable sized tarp. I like it. Right. Well, this ought to be pretty nice tonight. Yeah. This is called a plow point, and works out really well. I haven't set one of these up for a while, but I like it. This is a nice tarp. It's waterproof. You can feel the waterproofing on it. The seams are all taped, which is pretty impressive. And for a tarp, I believe this is less than 30 bucks. It's got a massive amount of tie outs. And I think I counted 19 or 20 tie outs. It's an incredible amount, and it's thick enough. I don't think it'll tear easily. Should last for a while, let's hope. So, but yeah, home sweet home for the night. This is where we'll be staying. Yep, awesome. Well, let's get a campfire going, and we'll start putting on some dinner. Okay, for dinner, so everybody wants to see what's going to be cooking. We're going to go, just got a little bit of water in there. We're going to do some black beans. So we'll put a it's going to be boiled. Actually, I think we're just going to put all the beans in there. All right. I'll stick a little bit of rice in there. This is not instant rice, by the way. It's just regular long grain rice. Oops, get in there. Oh, I'm making a mess. And this is some of the good old just dehydrated vegetables that I make up, and it's got a little bit of seasoning in there too, so that should oh man, that smells so good. Put some veggies in there. Normally I'm putting that in my ramen, but beans and rice sound pretty good this evening. And you gotta have bacon. This is for tomorrow's breakfast, but I cut an extra little small pieces to throw down into the bacon, or into the beans, sorry. Yeah, I think that'll be enough. Oh yeah, that is still boiling. That is doing good. Well, down here I always carry just a little bit of trail bread mix, just flour, some salt, sugar, a little bit of baking powder. Anyway, it's I mixed it up with a little bit of oil I had and some water, and I'm going to make me a thing of bread to go with my dinner this evening. And I'll just set this here and just let it convect around it, and it should be good. Here is beans. And it smells so good. Okay, I am going to enjoy some of the rest of this day. Let this guy finish his four-wheel and run up over there because it's getting kind of loud. Let my dinner cook, and I will bring you guys back after the bread and the beans are ready to go, and in time for dinner. So anyway, I'll be back. Big old dog decided to come over, and that is the sun. We haven't seen it for a while, so anyway, I'll be back. Hey, Doodle, where you going? Alrighty. As you can see, it is getting closer to dark. I can see the moon, and the moon's out. And the sun has dropped behind the ridge behind me, so it won't be too much longer until it's officially dark. If you're wondering why it looks like it's broken up and been run off, like the whole plate's been run off with by a dog, yeah, it would be because one of the dogs tried to run off with a plate of bread. So, but anyway, it's bread. It's got some whole wheat in it. That's why it looks like it's brown. It's healthy flour, if there is such a thing. So we've got our bread. That will go fantastically with this. Look at this. I don't know if you guys like black beans, but they're my favorite. Black beans, rice. There's the dehydrated veggies, big chunk of it's salt cured bacon, pork jowl bacon, and delicious. There's carrots, peas, corn. I don't even know what else in there. It's just nothing but good stuff. Gonna have some dinner and enjoy what's left of daylight, and probably stoke the fire back up. We've got some firewood already cut up. You guys probably can't see it, it's probably off camera, but I went ahead and cut some firewood up for later this evening, and we'll enjoy the campfire and go from there. Oh my goodness, that is good. It's one thing to open up a can of soup or beans or something, but when you cook it slowly over the fire over the course of a couple hours, it just takes on a whole new layer of flavor. It's delicious. Well, so anyway, anxious to hear what you guys have been doing to pass the time. That's good bread, and it's just totally simple to make. It's delicious. We really haven't been able to go anywhere. We're kind of stuck here on the property until some of the travel restrictions get lifted. My normal work is just basically non-existent at the moment. Normally when I do my regular job, I travel through 3 different states in the course of a day, about 500 miles a day, going from place to place to place. Obviously you can't do that right now because you pick up something at one place inadvertently, and then you end up taking it off and dropping it off to another one with all the people there, and then you just don't know what you're spreading around, so you have to err on the side of caution and put the paycheck aside for a while and do the right thing. Whoosh. Come on and burn. Everything out here is kind of wet right now. We've had rain almost non-stop for a couple weeks, and we had a couple dry days, and hasn't really helped a lot. The wood's kind of dry, but it's still got a decent amount of water inside of it. So I let it kind of burn down to coals to cook with. As long as we keep it up and going, it should keep burning without too much effort. But it'll have to get warm again in there. May need to add on some smaller stuff to it, but for right now, I'm going to focus on eating these fantastic beans. Oh, look, there's a piece of that bacon. Words cannot express how delicious this is. I'm the Gordon Ramsay of the Appalachian Mountains. Yeah, right. All right, well, I'm gonna eat my dinner. Work on this fire a bit, and then I'll be back. Here's a little one. Well, guys, that's it for me for the night, I think. I'm gonna sit here and play with the dogs, I think, a little bit, and watch the fire and listen to the coyotes howl in the distance, and call it a night. I'll see everybody in the morning. So you guys enjoy. Good girls. Yeah. Say hi. Alrighty, good morning everybody. It's a little bit later in the morning than what I had planned on, but it's the first quiet chance we've had to turn the camera on. I've had one of my neighbors up the road here has a sawmill, and he's a professional forester, has been sawing logs since about 6:30 this morning. So it's probably 8 o'clock right now. It's been going on for quite a while, so finally got a hopefully a lull. The saw stopped a couple times already, and I thought maybe he was done, but he was apparently just putting more gas in the chainsaw. So if it starts back up, we're just going to have to deal with it and have it in the background noise. So like I said, everybody's on lockdown and everybody's a little stir crazy, so you've got to do what you got to do to pass the time. So anyway, it's morning. Roosters are crowing down there. Coffee's on. We're going to fry up some bacon and some fried potatoes, and maybe have a couple fried eggs in there. So let's get that started up there, and yeah, I'm ready for breakfast. I'm actually really ready for coffee, but it's gonna be just a little bit on that. It's not ready to boil yet. Oh, it's looking good. Where's Sophie here? Sophie. 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 What's this? Want some potato? What's this? Come on. Here. Sit. Sit down. Sit. Here you go, Sophie. Here. Move. Here. Okay. Sophie girl. Come on. Potato. No? Oh, you don't like it. Little one does. Little one eats everything. Want that? Yeah. Alright. There's no. Little one's an absolute garbage disposal. She will eat anything. Back in there. Because that's how I like them. So they'll have a runny yolk in there. Hope you guys can see this. But once they come out of the moss there, you can just peel them like you would any other egg. Alrighty, it is breakfast time. I don't know if I'm in the frame or not. Can't tell where I'm at because the sun's in my eyes. Alrighty, going to enjoy breakfast and see what we're going to do today. Good bacon. Guys, I'm going to eat this and pack up camp and work on other projects today. Hope everybody stays safe, and hope this shows you that social distancing, it can be fun. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. So everybody stay safe, keep your social distance up, and we'll see you on the next video. God bless y'all. Oh, like and subscribe if you like the videos. Leave me comments. Love reading the comments. Try to answer them. If you post a comment, I will try to answer it. And other than that, have a great day, guys.